Welcome to Chatter Hoochie. I'm Matt.
And I'm George, and we are on season 2, baby!
Season two. One, two, one, two. Oh,
Whoa! Where did the balloons come from?
who knows? But I'll tell you what, we deserved it because
We
we've made it to
deserve it.
season two.
We made it to season 2, everyone. If you are here, well done. Thank you so much. Have you
Has
made it through
anyone
season 1, or are you brand new? Who
has
knows?
anyone missed it? I've
Yeah,
missed it
I've
actually.
missed it.
I feel like it's kind of been too long, and it's only been like a few weeks really since we did a episode of this. But
Yeah, so the last time we chatted, Matt, it was BCMA Boxing Day. What have you been up to since? What has been going on in the life of a award-winning radio presenter?
love it. Well, this is gonna sound really bougie, but I have gone to Jamaica.
Okay, Slay, tell us more.
Jamaica was great. The tan is pretty much all. I didn't get. I am a little bit. You can't tell. I did get a little bit of a tan. But I'm someone who isn't one to kind of jump straight in the blazing heat straight away. Plus, it does take me a bit of time to, get accustomed to the sunlight. So,
Are you a vampire? Get accustomed to the sunlight. What do you mean?
I'd like it takes me a while, but we're only there a week. So. But I obviously, made sure I did try and get some tanning, get some colour. And yeah, it was great. Blue skies, apart from the one day it rained for about 2 minutes. Blue skies, jerk chicken on tap, clear water,
Oh my God, gorgeous.
pools, just cocktails, just great. So yeah, it was good. It was good, thanks. But apart from that, not been much up to much, really.
Okay, and
You,
what did you find in the airport on the way home? Was it the airport?
oh,
Come
I
on,
mean,
the
I
good
immediately
stuff.
sent this to you. So there was Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville, and there was a shop. It was a restaurant. Didn't eat in the restaurant. We didn't have time. But when in the shop, there was so much merch I could have bought. But instead we bought ourselves some matching, what do you call them? You know what I mean? Like koozie things for cans.
Crazy, yeah.
Which said it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Exactly. So when you're in Montego Bay, you don't expect to see that really. Or I suppose you kind of do, kind of don't. But actually, as you walk out the airport when we got there, on to get our bus transfer, there was like literally the outside bit of the airport. There was a Margaritaville, and you could get a drink.
No
Like I was
way.
like, what a welcome to Jamaica that was. Crazy. So
Oh.
yeah, Jimmy lives on, bless him. That's when I knew I was kind of like, okay, Jamaica loves country music. So cheers to that.
Jamaican the music go country, whatever.
Jamaican the musical. If you
Jamaican
say so. You know what you can say though? If you say beer can, as in like beer can, it sounds like you're saying bacon in Jamaican, do it.
beer can. Beer can. Beer can. Oh, the
So
laughs we have.
we're so funny.
Funny.
But what have you been up to?
What have I been up to? What's it been, a month?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's an excellent question. I'll have to check my calendar. I've no idea. Gigging?
I know
Gigging?
exactly
What have I been doing?
you went to see Corey Kent.
I went to see Corey Kent. I tell you what, I've been busy actually. I've interviewed a few people. Actually, it's all coming back to me now. I've interviewed a
I
few
don't,
people.
it depends what your calendar's saying. I don't know. You tell me if you've been busy or not.
Honestly, I would have to actually check. I interviewed Corey Kent. Came out in hives afterwards, obviously, because I was so nervous for
Hmm.
it, but it was all good.
Hmm.
What a nice guy, Corey Kent. So I have been a fan of Corey Kent's for quite a while now, since he came to CTC in 2023. I think he played on the Indigo stage. And I thought he had a spotlight stage bit, but maybe I am mistaken. And then he came back for Ashley McBryde's tour in 2024. And the night he was in London, he did a pop-up show after the gig. So he opened for Ashley McBryde, and then there was a pop-up show after Ashley McBryde's set at the venue across the road, because I think his album had just come out, his 24 album. And then he was back this year headlining his own show, which was so cool. But he's like, it sounds so cliche, but he is a humble rock star. Like he does just walk off that stage and he's just a dad and a husband. Like he picks his kids up from school, he hoovers his house, he makes tea. Like, do you know what I mean? Like he's just doing, but he's one of those like you can believe it. Like so, I feel like some people get on a stage and you can't believe that they have a normal life. Like
Mm,
Corey Kent is just Corey Kent. Like there's no stage personality. He's just I don't know. He's just like I feel like he's just a grafter. He's got his head down. He's paid his dues, and it all kind of went wrong when he lost his publishing deal back in 2020. And like he doesn't feel like the world owes him anything. He doesn't feel like anyone's wronged him for that. He's just gone fine. Okay, let's start again. And grafted and played at a Mexican restaurant for free Mexican food. And he said that a lady came in and said, like, oh, we've just been to see Morgan Wallen and we think you are just as talented as him. And now, 4 years later, he is going on tour with him. He's going on
that's
to Morgan Wallen, which is really cool.
there's there's the story as well. There's the story, but
Yeah.
there's also another story in the flip side to this. Whilst Corey Kent is amazing, we love Corey Kent. Um, this does also signify quite a monumental moment in Chattahoochee history, in the history of G and M, because a year ago I interviewed Corey Kent and it was great. I gave him some Haribo, and little did I know that little Georgette will see this video and slide into one's DMs, and which we've spoken about many a time.
Yeah.
And 1 year later, you see Corey Kent and you've interviewed Corey Kent. So this just feels very
It's like full
momentous.
circle, isn't it? And I didn't even realize that this had happened until you said, like, isn't it a year since you messaged me about this? And I went back through our chat, which took me a fucking long time. Um, and it was pretty much like, give or take a week, it was pretty much a whole year.
Yeah. So it
Isn't
is
that
it is a year.
wild?
So
Dreams, chase the dreams, people. We
round of
love.
applause. What a moment. But I'm so glad you got to chat to Corey. Yeah, he's a good guy. And
Yeah, great guy. And then we saw a show in Manchester at the Academy too, and fantastic. And do you know what's so funny is last time we were at the Academy too was to see Cameron Marlowe. And
mm,
Lacey K. Booth opened for Cameron Marlowe, and people were talking like we must have just been stood in an unfortunate place next to some very drunk people. We talked about this on the podcast last time. Um, and Laurie McKenna opened for Corey Kent. Laurie McKenna is such an esteemed songwriter. She's written so many songs. And I mean they've all written so many songs. I mean, so many like famous, so many famous like Humble and Kind. She wrote Humble and Kind. Like she's behind a lot of very, very popular music, and it was silent for her playing. And one of our friends Jess had made a TikTok about like talking through a gig, and we were like, Jess, everyone's obviously seen your TikTok. They're terrified. It was silent. Laura McKenna playing, it was silent. And even through Corey Kent's set, actually, he kept being a bit like, make some noise, like Manchester, make some
mm.
noise. I think everyone was quite reserved, especially for a Friday night. It was quite a reserved gig, which is nice. Like us Brits, we like it like that, we like to listen and pay attention. Um, but yeah, I think he was a bit like, come on, let's go.
I mean, he's not one to hold back, is he, as well? He wants
No,
to have a good time, which I'm sure he did as well. So love it. We love it.
love.
Shall we move on to some of the big news that's happened over the past couple of weeks, which is the C2C lineup?
Yes. And I have only just realized this isn't even the final lineup. But the after show, since this has come out, the after shows have just been announced today as well.
Yes.
But we have lost or it seems like we have lost the Icon stage upstairs,
Yep.
which might be for the best.
I think it is for the best. I mean, it was one of those stages that was very much out of the way.
It was out of the
Um,
way. It was literally in the shopping centre. And I remember watching Lakeview last year, and there was like the tannoy was like, see it, say it, sort it. And Lakeview were like trying to fucking rock out in the middle of the opposite the sunglass hut. Like, so the Icon stage you served as well, but I think it's time to say goodbye.
This is when next week there's an announcement that the Icon stage is coming back.
I'll be eating my
Oh.
words, but
But this
yeah,
time it's not opposite the sunglass hut. So
God. So who have we got? Abby Anderson will be a really good one to watch out for.
yeah,
Don't worry because she looks like she's on every single stage at some point across the weekend. So,
as are quite a lot of these artists.
as are quite a lot of them, yeah, I would just check what stages they're on. So, I'm going to shout out my recommendations would be Abby Anderson and Zach John King. I'm very, very into Zach John King at the minute. So if you
Okay.
haven't checked him out, do go and check him out and then go and see him at C2C. He would be a really cool one to go and watch.
I'm just gonna throw a few more names out there. We've got Cassie Ashton, Mackenzie Carpenter, Willow Avalon, Ali Walker, Megan Patrick, and
Pat,
obviously
this
our.
isn't like you're just reading the lineup. Just
I'm
give two.
not. I'm
Just pick two.
selectively
Pick
reading
two.
some.
Pick
Okay,
two.
well I'll just say Chanel Yates is on there as well, and I'll say that First Time Flyers are back on there again as well. So there we go. I've just said two, even though I've technically named about four others as well.
Right, you
So
said about 10, but we'll take you to Chanel Yates and First Time Flyers.
there we go. What do we think? What do we think of this lineup? What do we think of the names on there? Coming over.
Yeah, great stuff. Kyle Daniel also want to know. He's done Long Road a few times. I don't know if he's done C2C before, but he would be a really cool person to check out. That man can shred a guitar. Is that what we say about guitars? Because
It's what we can say about guitars.
yeah, the man can play a guitar. He's very much like Marcus King, like guitar player first, singer second. Like he
Mm.
obviously is very good at singing, but his passion is the guitar, and he's so talented at it. So I would also be putting him out there. What was the question?
Do you know what? I don't know.
What do we think of the lineup? Yes, I like the lineup. Do you know what? It's always every year. It's always going to get torn apart by people in the various Facebook groups that we're part of. It's never going to please everyone, but I think in
It's
terms
not.
of variety of country music, I'm happy.
Can I add one thing?
Yeah,
I feel like we are in a better place than we were last year in UK country.
for sure.
And there are so many artists that um in previous years we've had a lot of artists get deserved recognition to be playing at C2C. And I feel like this year we need to see some more names on there, and hopefully at some point more names will be added. Um, like there's been some amazing tracks from some great artists over the last year from in UK country. It's great to see Jade Helliwell on there again, First Time Flyers, of course. Chanel Yates has obviously had a great year as well. But at three acts, I think there's definitely a lot more. Kezia Gill, of course, is in a different league now, completely playing the spotlight stage. Amazing. Um, there's so many more artists that predominantly I think those outside stages should be right now for UK artists because that's where we're getting at right now. That's where
Yeah,
we are.
absolutely. And especially people like Jake O'Neill has just been Absolute Radio country, Absolute Country, what's it called? Absolute Radio Country. Yeah, I got it right.
Absolutely, yeah.
Spotlight Artist of the Week, which is mega, a mega. And do you know what? I was listening to it today and Balin introduced him and he said that some of the UK music is standing up against the US music. And it's so true. Like Jake O'Neill's track today coming on the radio on a predominantly US covered station didn't stand out as weird or
Mhm.
inauthentic. So there is more announcements to come. So hopefully, fingers crossed. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's some more UK representation coming.
More and more, and hopefully next year we can say, do you know what? We love that. There's more UK artists. And what I don't know what percentage we need to get to, but I don't know. Do the outside stages need to have 50% UK artists? Do we? I don't know. Is that I don't? Is there a percentage that we want to aim for? I don't know. It's kind of out there. I'm not saying it's right or wrong.
Shall we talk about some headlines?
Let's talk about the headlines. Dun, dun.
Dum, dum, dum. Girls Right In is back on tour in the UK in April, which is very exciting. That is Jade Halliwell, Demi Mariner, Jess Thriston, and it was Kezia Gill, but she's not joining them this year. I believe she might be doing her own something. Kezia is here, there, and everywhere, isn't she? She's not on this tour, but nonetheless, it's going to be a great night. I spoke to the girls last night, actually, ready for my show on Monday. And if you like wine, you're in for a good time. That seems to be the crux of it. So get your girls, get a night, go in. Yeah.
No, I think that's the trailer.
There you
I think
go.
that's it. That Jade, use it.
Next up on the news, you go.
Who's Hugo?
It was funny.
Kelsey
Funny.
Ballerini,
Lovely
also known
Valerie.
as my favorite artist, according to Georgette Brookes. She is one of my favorite for sure.
It
She's
is.
back. She's back on tour. She sold out the Bridgestone Arena, by the way, in Nashville. She is just having a storming time of it at the moment. Well, I say storming. She wasn't actually very well on this tour as well. She
Oh,
actually had
she
to
did. She had to
cancel.
cut a night, didn't she?
Think it was there was a Canadian show in there. Buffalo was one as well, and I think there was another one. She actually started the show and then had to go off stage. Couldn't finish the show, but she has rescheduled it for the end of the tour. In 2018, she sold out the Ryman, just over 2,000 seats, and said she wasn't going to headline Nashville again until she could sell out the Bridgestone, which is 20,000 people, by the way. 20,000 people. She brought out Keith Urban on Sing Stupid Boy, which is a hit in 2006. And she opened for Keith on his 2018 Graffiti U tour, which is a full circle moment for her.
Yeah, I think she introduced it, didn't it? Didn't she? Like one of the times I've been able to play this room is with Keith on his tour. So I really wanted to sing a song, and then I think he just like rose out with his acoustic guitar.
As he does.
Play.
He wears that guitar to bed, I think.
I think so. I think so. Keith Urban is one of those people that hasn't aged in the last 20 years.
He
He just
looks the
looks the
same.
exact same.
The hair, the beard tash thing he's got
Yeah,
going on. But then again, Nicole Kidman doesn't either.
that's true. Maybe they've got a
So
little secret going on.
maybe it's some special lotion they've got there.
Listen, I don't want to know about Keith Urban and Nicole Kidman's special lotion match. It's not like a podcast.
It's one of those things that sounded better in my head than it came
Yeah.
out. But it's true that maybe there is some, I don't, maybe there's something doing. I don't know. But it's great. Kelsey's on tour. Hopefully she's feeling a lot better now. And to see what she did do, she was in Philadelphia either the night of or the night after the Eagles won the Super Bowl, and she came out wearing Jalen Hurts' shirt. Um, Fair play.
Yeah,
Fair play.
she
She
really
did
did.
say on, I think it was on, was it? She was on a show or podcast recently. And she said, I'm not a football fan, but obviously she supports the Tennessee Vols because she's from Knoxville and they play in Knoxville. But yeah, just to show your support in the place you're in and do that, I'm all for it.
Yeah, that's going to win the crowd over immediately.
Absolutely. But Kelsey, next time you come to London, got a Chelsea shirt for you. Anyway.
Anyway, moving on. Next bit of news.
The eye roll right there was just great.
Megan Maroney and Riley Green, the rumors, the rumor mill has
Oh,
been spinning. The online detectives were working overtime over the new year, beginning of the new year. They had spotted Megan Maroney's location. And then Riley Green was also looking like he was somewhere exotic. And I saw a video where someone had taken his screenshot his Instagram story, put it like a reverse image search on Google, found the hotel, saw that the hotel was the same
yes.
location that Megan Maroney was in, and like the internet lost its mind. Couple that with Megan posting a picture of her like with a
The
cowboy
hat.
hat, which we don't often see Megs in a cowboy hat, do we? And it was like a proper felt cowboy hat. And then it was like, well, hang on, where have we seen this cowboy hat before? And it was Riley Green on his plane going out to somewhere he had the exact same hat on. So everyone has been like, Megan and Riley are dating. And we all saw when she covered she did Ella Langley's part on You Look Like You Love Me. And you know, that's a hard song to not look like you love the person you're singing it with. But it does seem that during an interview, I think this was on the 5th of February, she did an interview on Sirius XM. And it asked I can't remember the girl's name then that she was speaking to. She asked if she was dating at the minute. And she said, I feel like these past 2 weeks are the first time I've taken a breath all year. Even just trying to get to know someone right now, I'm just exhausted. She said she was single AF. And she said, maybe in what, 2026? Maybe I'll get a boyfriend then. So
Hey, look, she's not contracted to tell anyone that she's dating Riley Graham, but however, the narrative looks pretty good
Yeah, I mean, she kept Morgan Wallen a secret from us for like 4 years, so.
until they broke up. So, I mean, it's I can see it. I mean, what they're doing right now is if this is a game, then
If
they're
this
playing
is a
well.
game, I am obsessed. We were texting about it, weren't we? And I was like, I think they're just fucking with everyone, but I'm here for it.
Absolutely. Well, even when I said to you about Megan, filling in for Ella on that song, and I said this
Mm.
feels like Riley's cheating on Ella,
Oh
and
my God. And the dog, what's Riley's dog called?
oh, I don't know.
It's called something the cowboy corgi.
Okay.
Colin, it's like Colin or something. Colin the cowboy corgi. And the dog commented on one of Megan's pictures, like,
Yes.
hot damn. What's his name?
Mm.
Cowboy
Maybe
corgi.
they're just playing on it. Maybe they're just playing on it, and
It's
they're
Carl. It's Carl the
oh.
cowboy corgi. He's got 103,000 followers. Well, he just gained one more. Yeah. Carl the cowboy corgi. He posted, didn't he? He commented on one of her pictures like fire emojis or
Maybe
whatever.
maybe they're just good friends, all right?
Maybe.
That's what they all say.
Maybe. Good friends. I've had a few of those.
I don't know.
Anyway,
Okay,
um,
can you see it? Can you see it happening? Yes or no? Is this like a thing?
no, I think they're too busy. They're both, I don't know whether you can have two artists in a like apart from Tim and Faith, they like can two upcoming grafting, working their asses off artists make a relationship work? I don't know.
Wow, you heard it here first. Let us know at 65 Country, and if you want to jump in on that little convo, I'm sure we'll keep an eye on Carl's corgi, whatever he's called. Riley Green is also in the news because he has released a very, can I say, steamy new music video for
You
his
can.
song
Yeah.
Worst Way. It is very steamy and it doesn't feel like I should be watching it. I feel like it's like, I don't know, it's quite Magic Mikey. It's quite, it's full on that
Oh, it's
video.
giving me a shiver. Have you seen the whole thing?
I've seen bits of it. I've seen enough, I think.
I have only seen that one clip that everyone is reposting, but it went live today, I think at 6 p.m.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of different clips, and it's they go for it in that video.
Oh. Question, why is he singing to his cereal?
Because why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you?
Did you see Ernest commented and was like, I do be talking to my cereal high as hell or something like that?
I mean, you got to do what cereal was it?
Undisclosed.
Oh, see, what's your go-to? What would you be singing to? Like, what's your cereal that you would sing to? Would you say?
Porridge.
Okay, that works.
Is that cereal?
It's a breakfast. I'd go for Honey
Cocoa
Hoops,
Pops.
Cocoa Pops.
Yeah, what are you doing? Hungry what?
Honey
Honey
hoops, like
hoops.
like Cheerios or your honey nut clusters. Basically anything honey related. I'm quite into that at the moment.
Oh, okay, slay. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, I don't really do cereal. But I used to do Cocoa Pops before I went to the gym.
Cocoa Pops and milk make a bowl full of fun. That's what they say.
Oh, yeah.
Um, um, but this video, who is the female in this? I don't
Who
know why.
is the female? Because Megan Maroney is gonna be jealous.
Yeah, she'll be asking herself, "Oh my God, am I okay?" And the answer is no. After seeing that, I thought that was a good segue, but it's true,
Uh,
right? Which she
yeah,
wouldn't be okay with seeing that.
if that is her boyfriend.
That is true if it is her boyfriend.
Sorry,
But
what a power couple they would be, though. Oh my God.
this is what we were saying though. We were texting about this, and we haven't had I feel we haven't had a power couple like in country since, you got your Garth and your Trisha, you got your Tim and Faith. Like we need one, right?
Yeah, we do. We do. And I think that's largely not that the song isn't good without that, but largely part of the success of You Look Like You Love Me because it was that narrative of a couple and people
Mm,
could kind of fantasize and romanticize about them.
yeah, exactly.
Anyway, we digress. Riley
We
Green has got a
digress.
saucy music video out. I have yet to see the full thing, but I
Hmm.
imagine there's a lot of aroused ladies and gentlemen across the world.
I guess, yeah, but I guess there are. I guess there are, and that's all I have to say on the
And
matter.
that's okay. We don't, we listen and we don't judge.
Hey,
All
look, you
right.
got to do what you got to do.
Next piece of news. We've been waiting for this for a long time. Well, I have been waiting this for a long time. I don't know how you feel about it, Matt, but Hardy has just announced his tour for the UK and he's coming over in June, end of June.
This
He's
is
hitting the UK.
It's going to be chaos, right? I mean, I would like to see Hardy. I feel like the gig will be an absolute chaotic mess.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
not because he would be bad. He would be really good, but just because it's just going to be. Imagine when Truck Bed comes on. Like, do you know what I mean?
Well,
When that song is.
his whole sound has got that rock country side to it.
Mm.
It's so cool. Like I really like that. Like Lakeview gig was so much fun. Um, I remember talking about all the jumping up and down that I was doing. But yes, Hardy, very exciting. Am I going to be in the country for it? Probably not. Am I going to change my entire summer plans? Probably.
We can talk about that off camera because yeah, but
Will I ever get on the plane?
who knows?
Who
I got off
knows?
the plane. It's like
I
Friends.
got off the plane. I never got on the plane.
The left phalange.
I never got any phalanges. Anyway, yeah, Hardy's
Yes.
tour announcement is a big news point, I feel, and we're very excited. I'm not familiar with the person he's bringing with him, though. Are you?
No, not at all.
One moment, please. Oh.
There's a few names that are touring with him in the States and in Europe as well. But no, not familiar.
So he's taking in the States, he's taking Co Wetzel, Stephen Wilson
Hmm.
Jr.,
Hmm.
and McCoy Moore
Yeah.
and Sicarus. Now, for the UK dates, which are 25th of June for Birmingham, 27th of June for London, 29th of June for Manchester, 30th for Glasgow, 2nd of July for Belfast, 3rd of July for Dublin, and then he's back home in August. There's a big gap in July. I wonder what else is going on there.
Mm.
But he's bringing McCoy Moore.
There are a few festivals in July.
There are a few festivals in July.
Is it the start or the end? If there's a big gap or
Oh, he finishes in Dublin on the 3rd of July, and then he's not got any dates until the 14th of August.
interest.
No, stop it. You are not thinking what I think you're thinking.
It's a gap. It's a gap. It's a big gap for both sides, but it's a gap. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, he's over this way.
That's all we're gonna say. But yeah, excited that he's coming over. I feel like you say we've been waiting for Hardy to come over these shores. There was rumors that he was going to come over with Morgan Wallen last year at the Hyde Park show. Didn't happen. But here he is. He's coming
Yeah.
over, which is exciting stuff. Exciting stuff.
He's probably one of the few in that little boys group that doesn't have a criminal record that can come over. So
He's doing it for them.
he's doing it for the whole team. Jelly Roll, they're all just sat at the airport watching like, see you in a bit.
See you later, mate. Enjoy it. Have a good time. Let me know how it is. Don't get arrested.
Okay, is it time for
Shall
the
we?
duty?
Yes.
Shall we do it?
Let's do it. Let's take a deep breath. It's like I feel like we're gonna need to. Like,
The
okay.
Grammys.
The Grammys. It's been a few weeks. Obviously, we haven't spoken to you since the Grammys. And do you want to start this? How do we start this off?
Well, let's start with the positives. Let's start with the winners of the non-controversial category. So, best solo performance in the category was Chris Stapleton, It Takes a Woman, Beyonce,
Yeah.
16 Carriages, Jelly Roll, I Am Not Okay, Casey Musgraves, The Architect, and Shabuzi, a bar song, Tipsy. The winner was Chris Stapleton.
Of
So,
course.
fair play to that one. Happy days. Do you want to do the not the next one? Do the one.
The best country song. The nominees were Shabuzi, Bar Song, Tipsy, Jelly Roll, I'm Not Okay, Post Malone, Morgan Wallen, I Had Some Help, and Beyonce with Texas Hold'em. But the winner was, of course, Casey Musgraves with The Architect.
And then we have the best country duo slash group performance. And in
Hmm.
that category, we had Kelsey Ballerini and Noah Kahan with Cowboys Cry 2, Brothers Osborne, Break Mine, Dan and Shay, Bigger Houses, Post Malone, Morgan Wallen, I Had Some Help. By the way, Post Malone, Morgan Wallen, I Had Some Help was literally Song of the Year. And the winner of that category was, in fact, Beyonce and Miley Cyrus, Two Most Wanted.
The two most country artists in the category, of course. Give her a due. Miley Cyrus has dabbled in her Hannah Montana days. But Beyonce, that was yeah, was it? It was one of the awards that Beyonce won on the night because she can't leave the Grammys without an award. So there you go. That was that one. Do you want me to do the next one? Okay, best country album. It's a huge accolade at the Grammys. Previous winners, starting from 2021, was Chris Stapleton with Starting Over. 22 was Willie Nelson with A Beautiful Time. Bell Bottom Country in 2023 with Lainey Wilson. And 2024, of course, I know you're thinking it's got to be a country album. It was Cowboy Carter by Beyonce.
Okay, we've discussed this controversy before because do
Yeah.
you remember when we did the Rolling Stone Top 100?
Mhm.
She was number two.
She was up there, yeah,
She
yeah.
was really high up there, and we struggled to understand it then. But what I will say is that Matt felt stronger than I did about the album not being a
Hmm.
country album. And when I woke up to the news that Beyonce had won country album, I
You
can't
can't
even
even say
say
it.
it. Country album of the year. I decided to listen to it again in full just to see if how I really felt about it, just to refresh and just to be like, no, because I've kind of been saying it like it's okay, I don't hate it, blah 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 blah. I don't like it.
So just cut to the chase. Let's just cut to the
I
chase.
listened to it again from start to finish, no interruptions. And my favorite song off the album is 16 Carriages. And my other favorite songs, my other songs that I think are good are the ones that she's collabed with people. The ones she's done on her own. Fuck knows what's going on.
I just look at the other nominees in this category. Post Malone, F1 Trillion, Casey Musgraves, Deeper Well, Chris Stapleton, Higher, Lainey Wilson, Whirlwind. If you're telling me that Beyonce has made a better album, country album, she wants to call it, than them, then it's just crazy. She was shocked.
Yeah.
Supposedly
Casey
she was,
Casey Musgrave's face was
yeah,
just golden, pure
yeah,
golden.
yeah.
And you know
And
what?
go on.
Like what based on what? Based on what? Tell me the parameters by which you are judging this category, and I will understand why she's won it. Based on what? I don't deny that she is talented. I don't deny that she is groundbreaking in the music that she delivers. I don't deny that she deserves album of the year. Fine, give it to her. I don't like if that's what people enjoy listening to, fair fucks. Country music. I don't know. She talked about genre being a word that puts us in a box and stops us from exploring things. No, genre just keeps things nice and organized. Lets
The
people know
thing
where
with
they are.
the thing with this, it actually makes a mockery of country music,
It's such a
to be
kick in the
honest.
face.
It's such a kick in the face. Now, the situation we're in right now, globally with country music, we are in a great place, stronger than we've ever been for quite a while. And to be recognized and to see what all these artists in those categories are doing, other than Beyonce in country music, flying that flag, doing their thing, it makes it just such a good place to be. So for Beyonce to win that award with that album, which by the way is probably one of her worst albums, sorry, said it if I offend anyone, it's probably one of her worst apps. She won Album of the Year for the first time with this album as well. Something going on there, but let's not get into that. It makes a mockery of country music. And Taylor Swift gave her the award as well for country album, which makes it all just a bit hurt in there a little bit more. But it's it does it I'll say it again, it makes a mockery of country music. It's not what we deserve right now. And anyone else in that category should have won that. Period.
Yeah, period. And like part of Nashville, part of country music is the journey to being the musician. Like nobody just drops their first album and is an overnight success in country music. That's just not what it's a 10-year town. Like that's part of why people are so gracious and humble when they get successful because they've grafted their fucking asses off for it. So for her to just come in and what like people are saying like, oh, she's all everything she's done for country music. Okay, she's opened doors to people who might not have listened to country music before, but open doors to what? Because it wasn't a country album. So open doors to who, can I
Mm.
ask?
And
Like
for what?
who's listened to that album and gone, yeah, I'm a country fan now. Let me go and check out. Oh, literally no one else because no one else sounds like that. And if that's what album of the year needs to be, then great, she's done it because no fucking country song sounds like there's stuff on there.
Well, this will be interesting because obviously she's announced the tour now, and it's coming. Let's see if she gets to support her. Go on,
Yeah,
Beyonce. I challenge you to get a country artist on that tour. If this is what you're genuinely trying to do,
yeah.
I challenge Beyonce, which is definitely not something that needs to happen, but I challenge Beyonce to get support on that tour from a country artist perspective. Come on, do it. If that's what
I
you
sort
want,
of
back up the country there. Done. Go.
and like what is she doing? Like she's not even trying to be part of the country community. Like, is she at the CMA Awards? Is she at CMA Fest? Is she at the CMT Awards? Is she going to these events? Is she at Crash My Player with Luke Bryan? Is she, like, do you know what I mean? Where is she? Where is she showing up for country music aside from dropping this album and being like, I'm country, here you go. Cool, she's from Texas. Cool, she's sat on a horse and she's got cowboy hat on. Cool, she's got Willie Nelson and Dolly Parton. Did they even know what the album was going to sound like when they signed up to it? Because I don't feel like they would have.
Reportedly, as I've said before, she reportedly asked to play the Opry. It doesn't work like
Yeah.
that. It doesn't work like that.
Wow. Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, it just, yeah. But she took home 3 awards on the night from an album that is probably her worst album, and just gonna carry on drinking my Coke. I don't know what else to say, but no, it needs to be said, and I'm sure there are some people out there that are country fans that might like this album, and fair play to you. But for what it's trying to do, for what it's trying to, it just doesn't hit the mark. It just doesn't,
No.
and it's a shame.
No, and I rate her for bringing artists on that she did bring on. Like Tanner Adele has done so well from being on that album, and I rate that she got Dolly and Willie involved. I do rate that. Like that is a step towards what she should have done to release a country album, but the music doesn't doesn't speak the same. Doesn't speak the same way as those actions,
No.
and I really didn't want to be because I hate seeing it. I hate seeing it all over the Facebook groups. I hate seeing it all over Instagram. Like, it's not a country album. It's not a country album. Because I'm always a bit like, well, who are you to say what is and isn't country? But after I listened to it again, start to finish, and really kind of submerged myself in it, I don't believe that it is a country album.
She shouldn't be in that category.
She shouldn't be in that category, and she should not have fucking won that award.
No,
And I
no.
think she knows that as well.
Of course she does. Of course she does. But I mean, there's other mini stories that can be branched off of this story and Beyonce right now. And anyway, there's obviously lots going on. But
I think it will as well. What's the word? Like increase the gap between country music and the rest of the genres. Like
hmm,
because, like you said, it's made a mockery of country
yeah,
music. So like why is any artist going to care about a Grammy, which is arguably the best award you can win for music? Why is any country artist going to care about it if that's what happens to it?
yeah,
It's such
exactly.
a fucking shame. It's such a shame.
Go and write an opera album, Beyonce. Do you know what I mean? She'll win a classical Grammy then, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like what's you know, why country? Why have you chose to pick on country?
We're all wearing black now because we're mourning country music. Ba, ba, da, ba, 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 ba. Have I got country news for you?
So, series two, we thought let's jazz it up a bit. Let's bring something new to the podcast. And that's where have I got a bit more country news for you? Is that what we called it for now? Working title?
Yeah, that'll do.
Okay. We're open to suggestions. From now on, we've got four questions for each other this week. We don't know what each other are going to ask, so we might end up asking the same thing, but that's what we're here for. Bit of fun. But from next episode onwards, we will be taking it in turns and seeing who gets the most. And maybe at the end of the series, I don't know, is there a prize for who gets the most questions right?
Yeah,
But
BBC.
ABC. Okay, I'll fix it ABC then. Okay.
My first question is, what is the name of Hardy's tour that he's just announced?
Billy Bob? Jim
Oh,
Bob. Jim Bob. Jim Bob.
Involved. Well done. Okay,
Jim
1 point
Bob.
to Matt.
Okay, I like that. Okay, mine's actually not just a simple answer, but we'll see how it goes. Name the cities in which Corey Kent toured the UK.
Oh my God. Have
Go
you
on.
got the answers?
I will do in just one moment.
He did Manchester, Birmingham. Is it Bristol or Brighton? Bristol, maybe.
Yeah.
Manchester, Birmingham, Bristol, London.
hmm
And he did one in Ireland. Did he do a Scotland? Did he do a Glasgow?
hmm
Yeah, that's. I'm out, tapping out.
I think that's right. I think that's right. Let's give you 1 point.
1 point. Right.
Ooh.
We need to standardize these tests. Okay, fine.
Okay.
My next question for you. My questions are so nice. What happened at Kelsey Ballerini's Nashville show that had her stop and tell the audience to talk amongst themselves?
This is great. She realized during her show that she had left the inside of the shoe, like the bit of paper that fits at the bottom of the shoe, was still in her shoe. How she didn't feel it, I don't know. But she took off the shoe, pulled it out, and then, yeah, displaced it.
Well
Um,
done.
Brilliant. Next one. Dolly Parton will feature on which Sabrina Carpenter song?
Please, please, please.
Correct.
What animal has Megan Maroney been posting a lot of lately?
Animal.
Mm.
God.
She's been somewhere and she's posted a lot of it.
Oh, is it? I saw this. I don't know. Was it like a frog?
No, they were sharks. She's been posting a lot of
Sharks.
sharks.
Yes, there were sharks from the boat. I can see it now.
Okay.
Okay, your head now ish. Uh, Paramount cut which country award show?
Oh, the CMTs?
It is the CMTs. It's the CMTs because they're going for a rebrand or something apparently. So
They're waiting to
they,
give us the call.
yeah, they are gone.
Okay, final question for you, Matt.
Mhm.
Which two artists have just announced their "Did We Just Become Best Friends" tour in a Step Brothers style promo?
Oh, what are their bloody names? I can see it. I can see their faces, but why are their names gone from my brain right now?
Do you want me to sing you some of their songs?
If you want.
Okay, one of them sings a song.
Go on, I'm ready for this.
No, I feel like you're looking at your phone. I feel like you're cheating.
I'm not. I'm actually looking at the questions for you.
Oh, it goes like this. Or am I just nostalgia? It doesn't sound like that.
No, it's he's got the same surname as the guy you've just seen.
Got the same
Dylan.
song.
Dylan Marlowe.
Yes. Cameron Marlowe. I was like, Dylan Kent?
Because of Cameron Marlowe.
Yeah,
Cameron
got
Marlowe.
it.
And
He was at C2C last year on the Introducing Nashville stage.
Connor Smith.
Well done.
I thought he was going to steal my thunder then.
That was what?
Steal my thunder. Sorry.
Okay.
It's
Right.
been a while. You got to let me get all these out. Oh, it's your question.
It's my question. Yeah, you do what you need to do.
Okay, final question for you. Lainey Wilson has announced a collaboration with which Brit Award nominee?
Oh, amazing. Miles Smith.
It is Miles Smith.
Yes.
This
That's
is
gonna be
huge.
sick.
And also, prediction, is she going to play the Brit Awards? Because he has won an award. And could this be that they perform this at the Brits?
How do you know he's won?
He has won that, what's it called? Not like the Rising Star Award that gets announced before.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm not sure Lainey Wilson will be over the UK to play. Wait, when is the Brits?
very soon.
How soon? Too soon?
Like like in the next few weeks. It could like within like 2 weeks of C2C. It might be too early. It
Might be
might
too
be too
early.
early, but it's kind of like close. It's kind of like, okay, maybe it could happen.
Okay.
So,
Well, unfortunately, Matt,
hmm.
I am the winner.
Oh, you are the winner. And by the way, how well have we done to not
Oh
ask
yeah.
the same question?
Yeah, well, your fucking first question was about 5 points worth. Give me
Sorry.
the entire Corey Kent tour.
I just thought you'd been, so I thought maybe you.
Every day? I
Yeah,
mean, I
sorry.
would if I
But
could.
hey, look, you did it, so don't knock it.
I won. Fair and square, baby. Well done. You have been listening to Chatter Hoochie, a 65 country podcast.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow everything, all of that stuff at 65.country.
See you next time. Bye bye.